Good morning, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Soul Searchers. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jade, and I am the founder of Soul Searchers. And what we do here is a couple days a week, we do a collective oracle card reading and then a couple individual cards for whoever who's live, just, if anybody would want one. Normally I have coffee or something, which is why we call it a Facebook Live and Coffee Time. This morning I am just drinking water. If you have any questions throughout the live, please feel free to ask via the comments. If it's anything more personal, you're always welcome to private message me afterwards. Searchers Facebook page. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to comment #replay. And same goes for you. You're always welcome to ask questions about any of the cards pulled, about anything spirituality, about what we do here. And that's about it, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some music on in the background, get our live shared out, and get started with our reading for the collective. So give me 1 second to get us all situated, and then we'll get started. So first things first, music. Let's see if it'll work. It's kind of slow this morning. There we go. All right. Music situated. Now let's get our live shared out. And there we go. Okay. Oops. My bad. Accidentally just exited out of the music. It's early. Sorry. Okay. Let's get that started again, and then we'll be good. All right. Music. We got our live shared. Good morning, Angelique. How are you? And change our little banner. Okay. Get our cards situated. I'm running a little behind this morning, so bear with me. It was so cold this morning, I just did not want to get out of bed. I don't know about where y'all are at, but I was freezing. Okay. Good morning, Dion. How are you? All right. So our first card for the collective this morning, good morning, Tay, is going to come from the Archangel Gabriel deck, which is one of my fancy decks because it has the little gilded edges, which I think are so pretty. All right. What does the collective need to hear this morning? This is a super important one. Attempting to listen from work. Oh, awesome. I am good, everybody. I'm wonderful. Like I said, I'm running a little bit behind today because it was super cold when I woke up this morning. And I'm one of those people that, like, when it's cold in the morning, I do not want to get out of my bed. I just want to, like, cocoon myself in a blanket and stay there forever. That is me. That is what I do. So it's my fault that I'm running behind, but it's all good because time's relative. So anywho, our first card for the collective this morning is Keep Going, which is a great reminder and confirmation for everyone right now It says use the energy of any disappointments to find your creative project with authentic emotion. And I think a lot of us, honestly, just human race in general, have a hard time, when we get continuous disappointments, things aren't going exactly our way. We have this idea in our head, this plan of how we want everything to turn out. And we get kind of stuck on that plan and how things, quote unquote, should be, how we want them to be. We have these expectations, and expectations, honestly, are kind of irrelevant, right? Because all you're doing is putting pressure on yourself, putting pressure on the people around you, putting pressure on your life to fit this certain mold. Okay? And, what you expect is never how it works. So we get really stuck on this hamster wheel of, this is how things should be. This is the way, it should look. This is how people should be showing up in my life, or how I should be showing up in other people's lives. And that's something we all have to work on as human beings, is just kind of, one, let that shit go, because there is no should in life. Okay. Everyone is different. Everything is different. And whatever plan you have, you'll get where you need to be in one way, shape, or form, but it may not be the way that you planned or the way that you wanted, or, this idea that you had of how things are going to work out. But that doesn't mean you should give. That doesn't mean that you should just stop working on your goals or stop moving forward. Resilience and perseverance is so important right now. It's important all the time, but specifically right now, I feel, is, with COVID still being very prevalent, with, in the US, we just had our elections, and whatever other country you're in, and we all have shit going on. But the important part is to keep going, keep moving forward, and keep living your life in the best way that you know how. So again, first card this morning is keep going. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. I know for me personally, it's a great reminder. And I think for any entrepreneurs right now, because, we've had to adjust so much during this time that, it's been hard. It's been difficult. A lot of businesses are really switching up. They're going from, all this in person to everything is online. And that is a huge adjustment, especially for business owners and small businesses. But just a reminder to keep going, keep doing it. You are here for a reason. You are doing what you were meant to be doing. You just got to figure out how to do it in a different way. All right. What is everyone else drinking this morning? Coffee, tea, water like me? What do you got? Any fun Tuesday plans? I personally have to go get a new winter coat. I tried on like all my coats last night because I had a plethora and none of them fit. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Guess I'm gonna go get a new coat. All right. We'll do one more for the collective. And this one is from the Keepers of the Light Oracle. What else does the collective need to hear this morning? Also, can everyone hear the music? Is the music okay? Too loud, too quiet, can't hear it at all? Let me know. Okay. Oh, my eye itches. Sorry, 1 second, y'all. Okay. Good morning, Elena. For the most part. Oh, that's always fun. Are you guys doing a small family gathering, or is it just you and the kiddos and the fiance? I just layer up under a hoodie for the week or two of winter we get here in Charlotte. I wish we only had a week or two of winter. That would be great. Clearly, I need to move somewhere else, but it's all good. Right now, I'm in Maryland, and it is cold. So, our second card for the collective, my dears, is Gaia, Earth Connection. And I don't know if you can part, but it says be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, and stay grounded. Another super important reminder this morning. I'm feeling very called out today. It's okay though. So, for my star seeds out there, star seeds are typically very cosmic, very up in the clouds. Essentially, I think that's the easiest way to say it for the human mind to understand. And we have a tendency to stay up there and look at things from like this big picture, and like we get kind of out there, and we forget that you got to be grounded too. You live on this earth at this time. You have reincarnated here. Remember to stay grounded. And a lot of really good ways to do that is obviously getting out in nature, right? Connecting with the earth, walking barefoot in the grass. But it's winter, at least where I'm at. And I wouldn't recommend doing that right now. You might get a little cold, but there are other ways that you can get grounded. You can take Epsom salt or sea salt baths, which are really great. Meditation is wonderful. There's also specific like sound baths that you can do. It's not the same as doing them in person, but you can look them up on YouTube. I have like a little Chinese gong back here. It's not the same when you play it for yourself. Typically you should have someone else play for you, but that's an option as well. Or like singing bowls. And they have different frequencies. So there's some out there that are specific to grounding that would be great to help with that. But I think it really comes to intent connecting with yourself and that part of nature within yourself, not just outside of you. Okay. And I think we all kind of forget that we are part of nature. We are part of that cycle. And it's so important to remember that and to stay grounded and to take care of yourself. And I totally just lost my train of thought because it's early. So bear with me. Yeah, what I'm receiving with this in particular is really remember to take care of yourself like you would your plants or your flowers or vegetables or whatever, and really tend to your needs and that part of nature within yourself that, you know, when you need to rest. When, you know, you're flourishing, let yourself flourish, let yourself bloom, let yourself grow, and really embrace that. But know that, you know, you're not going to be blooming and flourishing all year round all the time. Okay. There's going to be a time where it's time to hibernate. It's time to rest, time to relax, time to replenish yourself, and then prepare for your next blooming. That sounded kind of weird, but you know what I mean. Okay. Does that make sense, you guys? I think that that's just a very important, I think, message for all of us to remember that we are part of nature, and there's that part within us that, you know, when you need to rest, when you're flourishing, flourish, when you know, are in a new chapter, let yourself learn and grow and have that grace at the top of your game all the time. All right, let me change our banner here. If anyone would like an individual card, I would be happy to do that. I don't have a lot of decks out this morning. I just have a couple of them. There's like 4. Normally I have a bajillion. But you've already seen our Archangel Gabriel deck, our Keepers of the Light, and we also have the Work Your Light Oracle and the Angels and Ancestors. Good morning, Sheila. Oh, that's nice that you guys will be getting together for Thanksgiving. Be safe, be careful, watch out for the crazies. Okay. All right, so perfect. I'm gonna write everybody down so I make sure to get you guys in order. So I have Sheila and Tay, then Elena and Angelique. All right. Perfect. Sheila. What does Sheila need to hear this morning? Okay. Sheila, your card this morning is coming from the Work Your Light Oracle. Let's see. What does Sheila need to hear? Sorry, I'm squinting, y'all. My eyesight is not great this morning. I do not know what's going on. Oh, cool. Okay. And yes, Dion, I will add you to the list. Okay, Sheila. I love this. All right. It's time for you to answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? What are you being drawn towards? I feel okay. So I feel like you have a lot going on right now, and just in life, regular day-to-day stuff. You're a very busy person. But there's something that you're interested in. There's something that you want to pursue, but you kind of keep putting it off. It's like you're like, yes, I'm going to do this. And then something comes up and you're like, okay, I'll do it later. And then something else comes up and you're like, okay, I guess I'll do it later. And Kayla. Thank you, Elena. I did not see it. Hi, Kayla. But Sheila, it's time for you to listen to it. It's time for you to make the time to do whatever it is that you're being drawn to right now, what you're being called to. Something that excites you and intrigues you. And I feel like it's something that you're wanting to learn more of. I'm not sure what it is specifically. I feel like it has to do with your spiritual path right now. But it's definitely time for you to make the time. Okay. Not just, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then something comes up. Okay, I guess I'll do it later. Because if you don't put the importance on it, like if you don't make it a priority, it will never be a priority and you will never get to it. And it's time. It's time for you to really delve deeper and to learn and grow and push yourself. And it's going to be a really fun experience for you. It's going to be very interesting, and you're going to learn a lot about yourself and your own innate gifts and abilities, I think, your own skills that you didn't realize before. So it's definitely a time to prioritize your spiritual growth and what you're being pulled towards. So I'm not sure what that is specifically, because your spiritual path, there's so much out there. But they definitely want you to start prioritizing and making the time and putting yourself first, not just all the endless things on your to-do list. So I hope it makes sense. I hope that resonates, my dear. Again, your card was answered the call, which also is just very beautiful. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I absolutely love it. Okay. Awesome. Glad you understand. Glad it makes sense. And you're very welcome. Okay. Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay, do you have a specific deck you would like me to use, or just whatever I'm feeling drawn to? Let me know. Okay, and then after Tay-Tay, I have Elena, Angelique, Kayla, and Dion. Okay. And just a reminder for everybody, the comments are a little bit delayed. So if I don't respond right away, it's just because it hasn't popped up yet. Facebook is really slow. So from the time you actually send your comment till the time I see it is about 5 to 10 seconds. It really just depends on the day. So bear with me. I'm not ignoring you. I just haven't seen it yet. And there's Tay-Tay's comment. Perfect. Okay. Tay-Tay. Okay. Tay-Tay, your card is coming from the Keepers of the Light Oracle. What does Tay-Tay need to hear this morning? Yes. Okay. I want you guys to know I'm going to butcher this name, but I'm going to try really hard. It is Mahavatar Babaji, and it's full expansion. It's an absolutely beautiful card. I'm just very bad at pronouncing things. It's your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. But for you specifically, I don't know if you've been working on your own connection, trying to speak with your guides or communicate. But now would be a good time to do so. What I'm getting is that they have a lot to say. They always have a lot to say. Sorry, not sorry. It's totally true. But yeah, I don't know if do you read cards at all? Like, do you use them in your own practice? Because if not, I would say start. I would definitely, yeah, what I'm feeling is it's really time for you to connect deeper, and to start opening those channels of communication a bit more. And I would look at some oracle cards, just to kind of to help that communication, to open it up a bit more and make it a little easier for you. Yeah, but now time to open up the third eye, open up the crown, be more open, because they have a lot to say, and they really want to communicate with you personally. And there are so many different ways to do that. So you don't have to use cards, but I'm really feeling oracle cards for you. Yeah, and always meditation. I tell everyone all the time, you totally have to meditate. That's just like my thing for everyone, to really open that communication, to align, your tongue-tied, your chakras. Align your chakras, really open that flow of energy, and really your own mind to kind of quiet that hamster wheel mindset and open yourself to receive. And I've said this before, some of you have already heard this, but when we're praying, we're asking, we're talking, we're communicating to someone, our guides, our angels, God, the universe, whatever you choose. I'm not here to tell anyone what to believe, but when we're meditating is when we're really receiving, we're listening, we're getting that response. And I would totally recommend that for you. And something that sorry, one second. Journaling, guided writing. What's that called? I can't think of what it's called right now. But yeah, so what I'm seeing, it's just easier to explain what I'm seeing instead of trying to think of the word, because my human brain's a mess today, but I'm receiving perfectly clear. Which if anyone else connects, receives, channels, whatever, you would totally understand what I'm saying is like, I'm receiving messages perfectly clear, but my human brain is not processing. For you, channeled writing, there we go. I would definitely start looking into that, because they were like yelling it at me. So not only meditation cards, but the channeled writing, I think, is going to be your best bet, actually. Really opening and kind of just letting it flow to it. I don't do a lot of channeled writing. Automatic writing, that's what it is. Thank you, Elena. My brain's fried today. But Tay, I think that actually might be better for you because they're bringing that up. But yeah, long story short, they really want to communicate with you more. And it's definitely a good time to start looking into that and being more open and allowing yourself to receive the messages that they have for you. It's not going to come right away. Okay. It's not going to like be an instantaneous thing. It takes time. It takes effort. Worst at meditation, but I'll try. My mind is never quiet. I feel that. I have ADHD. And meditation for me, as far as like completely quieting my mind, it's not a thing. And a lot of people, it takes years for people to completely quiet their mind. Okay. So when you're meditating, it's not necessary to quiet your mind necessarily, but to kind of just go with it. And okay, the best way I know how to explain is your thoughts, they're like little clouds like passing by, and you're like, oh, there goes a cloud. Okay. And then let it keep going. So you acknowledge the thought and then you keep it going, and you don't focus on it. You refocus on your breathing and you keep it. Another thought pops up. Okay, there goes that cloud. Cool. Next, back to breathing, letting myself refocus. And when you first start meditating, there's a lot of refocusing. And that's when people kind of get like turned away from it. They're like, this is a lot of work. I'm just bad at it. It's terrible. But like when you learn to ride a bike, you weren't awesome at it the first time you hopped on the bike either. You probably fell and skinned your knee or something. You're not going to be perfect right away. Nobody is. It takes time and practice and effort. So that's just my 2 cents on that. But I hope that all makes sense. I know that was a lot. It took me a minute to get it out. Because like I said, I'm receiving perfectly clear. It's just my human brain getting it out into words is a little funky today. But again, this is your card. I'm not going to butcher this name again, but soul expansion. It's time to open up. Let yourself receive. I had to Google. Okay, good. It's not just me this morning. All right. Danielle, yes, I will add you to the list. And then I think you will be my last one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change our banner really quick. Excuse me. Random hiccup. Okay. All right. So we are still doing the 1-card readings, but no longer taking quests. You are welcome, Tay Tay. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a mess today, but that's what's coming through for you. I hope it all made sense. Okay. Elena, it is your turn, my dear. Did you have a preference on which deck? Or just whatever I'm feeling pulled towards? And can everybody hear the music? Is it good? Is it too quiet, too loud? Can you not hear it at all? Let me know. Okay, whichever I feel. Elena. Elena, for you this morning, my dear, we're going to go with the angels and ancestors. Okay, what does Elena need to hear this morning? Okay. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Kayla. All right, so Elena, your card is the beautiful Air Guardian. It's time to shift your perception. So what I'm receiving for you, my dear, is that you're focusing a little bit in the wrong areas. It's like, I feel like you're worried right now about like being perfect, being good enough in your life. I don't know specifically in what it's referenced to, but so what I'm receiving is stop it. Literally just stop it. You are perfect just as you are. You are going to be wonderful. You are wonderful. And start looking at the bigger picture, okay? Focusing on all the little tiny details and trying to be, perfect at everything in every aspect in every way is going to drive you crazy. No one is really like an actual perfect human being. All right. It's completely because everyone has a different idea of what perfect is. Everyone has a different idea of how things are supposed to be, how you are supposed to act, what it is like to be the perfect mother or the perfect wife or, the perfect anything. And you are good just the way you are. You are continually trying to be a better version of yourself and, just be better at everything that you do. But right now, what I'm feeling is that you're focusing too hard on all the little stuff. It's time to look at it from a bigger picture and see, in the big scheme of things, are all these tiny little details, all these tiny little things, are they really that important? Is it really going to make a huge difference? Trust yourself, essentially. Trust yourself, love yourself, know that you are amazing. Don't drive yourself crazy. Don't nitpick yourself. Give yourself some room and realize that you're freaking awesome. yeah, that's I think really important for you right now, is to really look at the bigger picture and see things differently, for yourself in particular. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. But that is your card. Again, it is the Air Guardian. She's so beautiful. I love it. Okay. Also, that's so sweet. They wanted you to know, they want me to tell you, they want you to know, you are a great mother and you're doing a wonderful job. Stress less, love more, and take every moment as it comes. That's so sweet. Okay, that's it. So, anywho, I hope that makes it. They're gonna make me like all emotional this morning. That was just so sweet of them. Angelique, it is your turn, my dear. That was just adorable. I'm gonna like live off of that sweetness for the rest of the day. All right, Angelique, you have a turn. Do you want me to pull whatever I'm feeling pulled towards? And then after Angelique, we have Kayla, and then we have Dion, and then we have Danielle. Okay, Angelique. All right, Angelique, your card is coming from the Archangel Gabriel deck this morning. What does Angelique need here? Okay. All right, Angelique, your card this morning is creative expression. And I don't know if you can read the bottom there, but it says God's divine creativity is expressed through your actions. And so what I'm receiving from this for you, my dear, is more along the lines of you have been very seriously focused on your path, on your growth, on your success, on what your next steps are. And it's wonderful, but you also need to have fun. You also need to let your creative side out. Let yourself, not only be serious and focused and what's the word? Ambitious, but also, have fun. Enjoy each step of the process. Let yourself be creative in how you move forward. Don't get stuck on, this is the path, this is the plan, this is how I have to do it. Things are going to come up. They're going to get in your way. There's going to be obstacles, and you're going to have to find a creative solution, a way around it, a way through it, a way to continue on your path that maybe isn't what you expected. So don't shut that creative side of yourself down. Let yourself be expressed completely in every aspect. Don't be too serious, okay? When you focus too hard on this is my end goal, this is the path I have to take, this is the plan, you get stuck. And when things go awry, it's like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. I'm never going to get there. Blah. And that is not the case. You still just need to leave room for yourself to creatively problem solve, and to really continually express yourself, not just in one aspect of your life, like not just through cooking, not just through your plants and gardening and all that good stuff, but every aspect of your life. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that is what I'm getting for you this morning. Have fun. Be creative. Let it out. Don't fence yourself in. Okay? So that is your card, my dear. It is creative expression. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Do you paint by chance? I feel like you need to paint. So if you don't already, pick up a paintbrush. Let it all out. Just put it out there. I've been feeling led to create recently, like letting myself flow, because I have just become so set on certain things. Yeah. Confirmation then, because they're definitely noticing and telling you to let your creativity out. I'm really feeling painting, so I don't know if you paint or not, but you should at least give it a try. I feel like that'll make you feel better. That's, yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. So if it's been on your mind for a while, I would say it's definitely time to get out the paints and the paintbrushes. For sure. Because I feel like you have a lot of creativity and creative expression really like built up that you haven't been letting out. I think once you let it out, you're going to feel a lot better. And your ability to creatively problem solve is going to really flow. Because right now I feel like you're kind of fencing yourself in, boxing yourself into, this is what I need to do. These are my plans. This is the next step. And not giving yourself room to do things any other way. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. All right. But definitely paint. I think you need to do some painting. Haven't painted in like 2 years. Keep putting it off. Well, you know what I'm going to say to that. If you keep putting it off and your guides are telling you, let your creativity out, and specifically leading me to tell you to paint, I wonder what that means. Throwing it out there. All right. Kayla, it is your turn, my dear. And then after Kayla, I have Dion, and then I have Danielle. Kayla, which deck would you like, or do you want whatever I'm feeling drawn to? Okay. Thanksgiving. I don't really have plans for Thanksgiving. Nothing like super exciting. It's just me and my mom and my brother. And we got a ham because we're not all like super big fans of turkey. Turkey's like, it's good, it's okay, but I'm just not feeling it. So we have one of those like honey baked hams and a bunch of like different sides and stuff. But it's just us. We're just gonna hang out and watch movies. And I think one of my best friends, Holly, and her husband might stop by. They're like one of the few people we've had contact with throughout this whole pandemic. So they may come and, just same thing, just a small little dinner and watching some movies and hanging out, maybe play some board games, but nothing super fancy. But that's our plans. How about you? Pecan pie. Actually, no. Pecan pie sounds delicious, but we have pumpkin pie and apple pie. That's what we have planned right now. Okay. Kayla. Kayla. Yeah, okay. Are y'all doing anything big? Anything, small? I love pecan pie. It's so good. But anytime we have it, I'm the only one that eats it. So I literally end up eating a whole pie by myself. It's terrible. It's so bad. Delicious, but bad. All right, Kayla. What does Kayla need to hear? Okay, we're throwing stuff today. That's what we're doing. Ooh, I like this. All right. Kayla, your card is Unbound. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that, but it says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So what I'm receiving for you, and this is one of those cards that gets a little woo-woo for some people, and that's okay. But now is the time for you to really look at patterns of behavior that have been passed down that you have received from others, okay? And I feel like it's multi-generational. It's not just something you've received directly, from patterns of behavior from your parents, but I feel like they received it from generations before that and so on. It's time to really look at it and to look at what is no longer serving you. What patterns of behavior are actually harming you at this point? What is it time to release and let go of? And really cut those energetic cords and free yourself from. I feel like there's some very strong ones that you need to look at. But a great way to do this is, once you pinpoint what these patterns of behavior are that are no longer serving you, that are doing more harm than good, I'm feeling like there are some not so great defense that it's time to let go of. And there are some walls that have been built up because of these defense mechanisms. It's time to tear those down. But yeah, like I said, a great way to do this is to really set the intention of, okay, here are these energetic cords from, these generational, we're going to say behaviors because that's the easiest way to explain it. And I'm now cutting these cords, freeing myself from, I don't want to say the negativity because I don't think it started out as a negative thing. I think it started out as a necessary, I think it started out as really a necessary defense mechanism that kind of turned into negative behavior. But set that intention of, okay, it's time for me to sever these cords. I'm cutting these energetic ties. I'm freeing myself from these patterns of behavior that are no longer serving me, that are no longer going to serve the generations coming from me. And it's time to start healing that and really redirecting those not coping mechanisms and turning them into something more healthy and beneficial for you and for, future children, grandchildren, etc., etc. If you choose to have children, totally up to you. You don't have to. But at least for yourself, it's time to kind of cut those cords and what's doing more harm than good at this point, and really breaking down those walls that have been built up because of these coping mechanisms and defense mechanisms. Yeah. I don't know if you drink at all. And I'm not telling you what to do with your life. Okay. I want to make that extremely clear for everybody. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life or what to do or what is good or bad or whatever. But if you do drink, like alcoholic beverages, I would maybe take a break for a little while. Excuse me. Take a break and kind of look at that and why and when you're drinking, and go from there. I am by no means calling you an alcoholic. I do not think that is the case, and I want to make that clear too. But I feel like in part that is correlated to what we're talking about. So yeah, so before I get way deeper into this than I want to be, that is your card. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. Again, it is unbound. It is time to release old patterns of behavior, things passed down through generations, and free yourself and heal yourself and put positive, healthy coping mechanisms and behaviors in place for yourself and for future generations, should you choose to have children. I feel like that was super deep. So I'm sorry if that was too personal. Okay. Fan pattern, yes. Okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense. I'm glad that wasn't offensive. So I know it's kind of silly. I always get very nervous when super personal stuff comes through. It's literally my job to talk about these things and to make people aware. But when I'm on a Facebook Live and it's not a private reading, it kind of makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, I'm calling out people on their stuff in front of the whole internet. Well, awesome. So I'm sorry if that was awkward or uncomfortable. I apologize. But I feel like it is very important for you right now. Okay. Already been thinking the same things. Okay. So, which is good. If you've already been thinking about this and it's been on your mind, then I would take this as a confirmation that it's 100% time to really put in the work and not just think about it anymore and actually take action. Tell your throat chakra is acting up. Yeah, okay. Elena, I really want. So not everyone on here has met me personally. Some of you have, some of you haven't. I typically have no problem speaking my mind. I'm very open. I'm very upfront. I have no problems with this. But when it comes to putting other people's business out there, I feel that sometimes that's just not my place. And, you know, that's up to others if they want to share those things with the world. Like if this was a private reading, no problems whatsoever. I straight to the point. Cool. We're good. But when I'm on live, I'm like, do they really want their personal business out there on the whole internet for everyone to know? And I get super nervous because it's so weird. And I think I get more uncomfortable because it's not like me to tiptoe around or sugarcoat things. That's just not my jam. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. But thank you. I appreciate that. I tried. Okay. Yeah, you can ask Angelique. This happens so often. It's like Spirit's like, hey, here's everyone's super personal business. Tell them about it right now. I'm like, okay. How do we do this in a kind way? Deaf understand, just don't you can say whatever. Oh yeah. I don't get nervous with you anymore, Angelique. I'm like, well, Angelique knows how this works. She's on here every time. So she knows what's coming. Awesome. Kayla, I'm glad that you were not offended, and I'm so glad that was not uncomfortable for you. And now I know. So in the future, I'm just going to tell it how it is and not feel bad about it. Okay. All right. Next, we have Dion, and then we have Danielle. Dion, are you still here, my friend? I know you're at work. So if not, I'm just going to pool, and then I know you're going to watch the replay. So it's okay. But I'll give you a second to respond. If you have a specific deck you would like me to use, or if you want me to pull whatever I'm drawn to. If you don't respond in a couple seconds or I don't see the comment, then I'm just going to do my thing. Okay. Ah, there you are. Okay, no specific deck in mind. Cool. Dion. Okay. Dion, for you, my friend, we are going with the angels and ancestors. Dion to here. Okay. All right, Dion, your card is the Protection Guardian. Drop your shields. Yeah, this is another one. So what I'm receiving for you, Dion, specifically is let your guard down, drop your walls, break them shits down, and be open and honest with the people in your life, but also with yourself. And it really has to do with mentally and emotionally being honest with yourself about how you really feel, about what the real underlying issues are, what's stopping you from communicating, what's stopping you from being really present, and addressing that, and know that it is okay to do this, because your guides, your ancestors, your angels, they are protecting you as well. So it is not going to hurt you to open up. It's not going to hurt you to truly express yourself and be honest. Be honest about what you're feeling. Be honest about where those feelings are actually coming from, like the deeper issue, not the surface level bullshit. Be honest about what's stopping you from expressing yourself, stopping you from being as open as you want to be. I feel like you want to be open. I feel like you want to be like an open book, but it's just difficult. You're having a hard time with it. It's like you're afraid. And I don't know what you're afraid of specifically, but there's definitely a deep-seated fear. It's like, it's heavy and solid. It's very ingrained. Like, you're not weak. for being open. You're not weak from being for being honest and emotional. You're not weak for having any issues, okay? Having the feelings that you have, the thoughts, the experiences and traumas, none of that makes you weak. You are a strong individual. I feel like you've had a lot come up in your life. It's like little things that have just built and built and built. And it's time to really be honest about it and get to the root of the issue and process it. Because right now it's holding you back. You are holding yourself back. Yeah. Yes, processing and getting to the root of the issue and dealing with it is going to be a little difficult and emotionally kind of painful. But it's not going to kill you. It's not going to destroy you, and you're going to be okay. But if you keep ignoring it and keep pushing it down and keep not dealing with your shit, it's just going to get worse. And it's just going to get buried even deeper. And then it's going to be harder later. And you don't want that. You want to be open. I can feel it. Like I can feel it. Yeah, but it's scary. And that's okay. Let it be scary. But do it anyways. Do it scared. And I know we've talked about this before, but I think you need to write and journal and let it out and just let it all flow onto the paper. And then you need to read it out loud to yourself. And I feel like that's going to make it a lot more real for you and kind of force you to deal with it and force you to see it for what it is. But now is the time to do that. You are in a place where you are protected, you are safe, and it's the best time to deal with it and to face yourself, to face your issues, to face what it is that's holding you back. Yeah. I know that was super serious and it's kind of early, but it was also really important. So I hope that makes sense. I hope it resonates. I know it will. But you need to just trust your guides, trust your guardians, your ancestors, your angels, and the people around you that truly love you and have your best interests at heart. Trust that you are safe and that it is going to be okay, but you need to do the work. So hope that makes sense, resonates, all that good stuff. Again, it is the Protection Guardian. Drop your shields. Okay. That was, yeah. Okay. Danielle, are you still here, Danielle? Do you have a specific deck you would like me to pull from, or you want me to pull whatever I'm feeling drawn towards? Dion, exactly. Keep moving past the fears and acknowledge the fear, but keep moving to get shit done. Yes. But not only, so Dion, not only, keep pushing and moving through the fear and acknowledge it and keep moving, but also like be honest with yourself about it. And you don't have to like bulldoze everything. Take your time through it. Really focus on each aspect and each step and, part of the issue. And like really get into because if you just like bulldoze through it and you don't deal with each aspect and each part, it's going to come up again later. So I hope that makes sense. Don't burn yourself out. Yeah, okay. Danielle, any deck. All right. All right, these last couple ones were kind of like heavy, a little deep. Danielle. What does Danielle need to hear this morning? Danielle, your card is coming from the Keepers of the Light deck. Elena, you're welcome, my dear. Sorry, I'm throwing stuff. That was clumsy shuffling on my part. Okay, let's do this again. What does Danielle need to do? Okay. All right, Danielle, your card is Master Jesus, Forgiveness. I don't know if you can read the bottom, but it's more on the light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. We just are getting the heavy ones now. Okay, Danielle, so for you, what I'm receiving from this, obviously is forgiveness, but so first and foremost, there's a family member that I feel like you're very close to or were very close to. It's like you love them, you were very close, you were very connected to them, but looking back, a lot of the things that you experienced with this person, they were kind of controlling, stifling, not always like the nicest, and kind of overbearing. And I feel like it kind of messed with you a bit. I'm not sure who it is specifically. It's definitely a man. But I don't know if it was a father figure or a brother. Maybe one of the two. But now is the time to really look at, that relationship and see it for what it is. And know that this person, I don't think they meant to be hurtful. I don't think they meant to be controlling or harmful or negative in any way. Like they really did/do love and care about you, but essentially they were doing what they knew. You do what you know. You express yourself and show affection the way that you know how. And I think they just didn't really know a healthy way to do that all of the time. But it's time to really just see it for what it is and just, forgive. Because the longer you hold on to it, it's just weighing you down more. But also forgive yourself because you didn't know any better. And you've learned, you've grown, you've experienced life. And you're better for it at this point because you know what to look at and what to see and how things should or shouldn't be within your life, like how people treat you and what you deserve. Yeah, that's the best way I know how to explain that. I don't know how to. I feel like there's still a lot of love there, but also you're very cautious with this person, like how much room you give them. Like, it's like you want them in your life, you want to communicate with them, you want to have a relationship, but you're cautious of like how much you let them in, how much room you give them. And that's not a bad thing. But remember to do so out of love, not out of fear. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Again, I don't know specifically who it is. It's a male figure. I don't know if it's a father figure or a brother. I'm not sure. Could be an uncle. But that's what I'm receiving. I hope that makes sense. But it's time to really forgive yourself and forgive this person, because when we know better, we do better. But some people don't always know better. But now that you do, you know better. You know what you deserve. You know what is acceptable within your life, and the love that you have for yourself and the respect that you have for yourself. Still maintain positive boundaries, but don't hold on to the hurt. Don't let the fear of them getting too close or being too controlling or overstepping, don't let that fear dictate how you move forward. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. But again, Master Jesus, forgiveness. Okay. Yeah, so I would look at that and really see where that hurt is still, and kind of process that. And maybe open up lines for communication to really talk it through. But yeah, just move forward out of unconditional love and knowing that people are who they are, and some people are willing to learn and grow and to be better, and some people aren't. And that's okay. That's just their prerogative. That doesn't mean that you have to be hindered by it. So I hope that makes sense. Oh, I didn't know that. Or I might have known that and just forgotten. It's been like 10 years. But I don't think I knew that, actually. But anywho, like I said, just move forward out of unconditional love and respect yourself and your boundaries. But it's time to start the process of forgiveness. Okay. Yeah, it's been 10 years. All right. Anywho, that is our last card for the morning. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for everyone stopping by. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I love it. It's always a blessing. I'm really glad that I can do this for everyone. Remember, stop by for our next live. If you would like a private reading, please reach out via the Soul Searchers Facebook page. And I can give you guys our price. If you are watching the replay, don't forget to comment #replay. And if you have any questions about any of the cards we pulled, any of the readings, anything spirituality related, please feel free to drop it in the comments or send a private message via Soul Searchers. Hi, Tanisha. Good morning. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions, you know where I'm at, you know how to reach me. And I will see you all on the next live. Thank you so much. Bye.